Hey everyone, I'm Anne from English Valley Cafe. Welcome to this English lesson. Today we're going to talk about used to and be used to something. Is there a difference? Yes, there is. Take a look at this sentence here. I used to teach at a community college. In 2008, I started teaching online. It was quite difficult at first. It's very different to teaching English in the classroom. But now I'm used to teaching online. So first I said I used to teach at a community college. And we use used to talk about an action, something that we did in the past, but we no longer do it now. So it's not true now. So this continual action has stopped. Okay, so I no longer teach at a community college. Other examples, I used to take art classes. Okay, so when I was a little kid, I took art classes, but this has stopped. I don't do it anymore, right? He used to have a bad temper, okay? Or they used to eat out every weekend. So here you'll notice that when we use used to, it's always followed by the infinitive. Okay, so I used to take art classes. I used to teach. I used to have. Now we could turn these sentences into negative form, but the meaning changes. So for example, they didn't used to eat out every weekend. So this implies that in the past, they ate at home most of the weekends. But now, maybe they don't want to cook anymore, so they eat out every weekend. Okay, now notice here when we use the negative form, I use did not to make it negative. Okay, so he did not, they did not, used to. So I would not add the D to use. So it would be they didn't used to. Okay, whereas in the positive or affirmative form, we said used to with a D. Now tell me down in the comments, what is something that you used to do? All right, let's move on to be used to. So in my example earlier, I said I used to teach at a community college. In 2008, I started teaching online, and at first it was very difficult, but now I'm used to teaching online. Okay, so when we use be used to, we use it to talk about something that we are accustomed to doing now. So whatever this thing is, we are familiar with it. It's not new, it's not strange, it's not difficult anymore. We are accustomed to it right now in the current situation. So I'm used to teaching online now. Other examples, I'm used to listening to different English accents. So this means that I am familiar with listening to different English accents now. I'm used to it. It's not new or difficult or strange for me. Another example, he's used to waking up at 5 a.m. Okay, he's used to waking up at 5 a.m. So notice here I'm changing that be verb to is because he is. We're used to not having a TV at home. Okay, so that means that right now we don't have a TV at home, but we are used to it. We are familiar. We've become accustomed to not having a TV at home. So here we use be used to, again, to talk about something that you are accustomed to doing right now. Now we could turn these sentences into the negative form as well. So for example, I'm not used to teaching online, or he's not used to waking up at 5 a.m. But this implies that we are not familiar with this habit in the current situation. Now here I want to point out a grammar note. when we use be used to, it's followed by a gerund or a pronoun or even a noun. What is something that you used to do or something that you are used to doing now? Alright, I hope you find this useful. Last week I made a video talking about get used to something, and I won't go into the details here because I talked about it previously in that video. I'll leave the link up here and also down in the description box so you can check that out. That's it for this video. If you find it useful, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. And that's it. Thank you so much. I will see you back here next week for a new lesson.